Welcome back to another episode of the Even Year Dynasty Show. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about Jorge Soler, who Susan Slusser reported today that the Giants are in talks with to potentially bring him aboard. And he is a big masher that would actually be a legitimate middle of the order bat. But we're going to talk about his fit, what might happen if they are able to bring him in, what the contract could potentially look like, and just kind of who he is as a player. So to start off, we're going to talk about kind of who he is as a player, which, as I said, he's a big masher. He's not quite a true three outcome player. He will just hit the ball hard and put it in play at times, but he is a guy that hits a ton of home runs. He's going to walk 10 to 11.5% of the time. It seems to be pretty consistently in that range, and he's going to strike out a good amount. He takes huge swings. So his strikeout rate tends to float between about 25 and 32% on a given year. So you kind of get a lot of the JD Davis vibes, except for the differences is this guy is going to hit 30 to 40 home runs, and I don't think it really matters what ballpark he plays in. So, and I'm gonna put the overlay here in a little bit. I'm gonna put the spray chart for the balls, his balls in play for 2023, and you're gonna see just kind of what I'm talking about. It, yes, Oracle Park's a pitcher's park, but really, I mean, Miami is kind of harder on right-handed hitters. It's a bigger, deeper yard in left field and center in Miami, and that's where a ton of his home runs do go to, or left to center field. And I mean, you're going to see where he hits some of these balls. I mean, there are some that he might actually be the one guy that could hit the glove or the Coke bottle. It's insane how far. I saw him hit a ball off Alex Wood last year that pretty much landed in the top row right in front of the little kids field that's over in left field by the Ghirardelli sign. So I mean, this guy has enormous power. So he would be a true cleanup hitter on this lineup. So kind of looking at his past numbers, what you kind of see with him, you're going to get a guy that at his best hits between about 215, 265. At his worst, he's typically down in like the 220 to 240 range, depending on the year. He's not a platoon guy. This is a guy you can actually bat every single day. Against obviously his numbers against left-handers are stronger. He absolutely mashes against lefties, but his numbers against righties, I went through kind of year by year. I didn't get the career numbers, but his career OP or his OPS by season last year it was 788. A couple years ago it was about 780. He has a year where he hit 48 home runs, where I mean it was like 960 that year. So I mean this is a guy that 780 OPS is absolutely playable. You're not going to be looking to pinch hit or to platoon him with a Michael Conforto type guy. So kind of his fit with the Giants would likely be that of an everyday DH. He can be put out in the corners. I don't think you could possibly play him in right field in Oracle. He would be too big of a liability. You could potentially put him in left, but really, I think that's got to be as like a last resort. He really should just be a full-time DH and just have him go out there and mash. Um, so the fit for Soler, I would say, or the contract, I should say, that they're projecting for him is 3 for 45 million. This is according to MLB trade rumors. We'll see. He might get more than that. It seemed like the Giants wants him. They might have to pay him a little bit more than that. He is 32 years old. So, I mean, a 3-year deal is really not bad, especially for a guy like him that's not really showing any kind of decline with his bat. His bat kind of seems to be what it is, and he's a guy that takes huge swings, and he's going to hit a lot of home runs. So if you're signing him, that's what you're signing him to do. So I wouldn't hate that deal. Now, what I would say, and what does concern me if they do go that route, is first off, he can't be the only guy. They're just going to pitch around the guy. If he's the one guy in the lineup that people are afraid of, he's not going to see anything to hit. So he's going to have to get some protection, or you're going to need to get someone in front of him, a la Cody Bellinger that can maybe provide some left-handed pop, hit, get on base in front of him. So, I mean, that would be kind of ideal for me, would be get those two guys in the middle of the lineup. But you're going to have to get someone else along with him. A lot of talk of Matt Chapman. He would bring some more power too, but I don't. I think you got to balance it out with lefty pop. I mean, you're looking at two big right-handers, and a lot of the power on this team is going to be kind of set up to come from the right side. So I do think you'd be better off getting a Bellinger with him, but that's my personal opinion. Um, the one concern I do have with him is right now you have Michael Conforto and Wilmer Flores kind of set up to be your DHs. It sounds like they're kind of setting them up to be in a DH platoon. Now, with Flores, it's not that difficult. You can throw him in a first base platoon with Lamont Wade Jr. and it doesn't really impact him too much. It's just going to cut back on some of his playing time, but realistically, you can just put him in a platoon with Lamont Wade and feel fine with that. But with Conforto, what concerns me is you're going to probably end up kicking him out to left field, and you're going to end up taking away playing time from a guy like Luis Matos or Elliot Ramos if he gets a shot. And really, I don't think we can be taking the playing time from them. They do still need to focus on development going into next season with some of these guys. And I think Luis Matos is going to take a massive jump this year. I've already said it several videos. He looks like he's going to take a big jump. So my personal opinion, if you are going to go that route, I do feel like you need to trade one of Mike Yastrzemski or Michael Conforto if you are going to sign Jorge Soler, because really let one of them still platoon out in right field with Slater. Unpopular opinion, I would actually personally rather see them move Yaz. I get that he has positional versatility. He can play all over the outfield. I understand that. But I also feel like with Conforto, he at least has the upside that another year removed from the shoulder injury, he could potentially rebound to be a legitimate number 5. So if you can somehow get like Bellinger, for instance, with them and go Bellinger, Soler, Conforto, you could potentially feel pretty good about that. About that 3, 4, 5 in the middle of your order. So, but I mean, if they did decide to move Conforto, I'd understand it. Yaz is a better defender. So, we'll see kind of where that goes, though. They came out with reports that nothing's imminent. Slusser, you take it with a grain of salt. I don't particularly see, I don't see them moving fast. It seems like it kind of came out of nowhere, and you just kind of wonder if they're just being used for leverage for Soler to go somewhere he probably would rather be. But, hope springs eternal, and as they say on Ted Lasso, it's the hope that'll kill you. So here we are. We're going to just kind of hope they get something done, make this team a little more exciting. I mean, he's not the biggest needle mover that's going to, excite everyone. But I will say I would love to just sit there and watch him hit about 30, 35 absolute moonshots. For those that haven't seen a few of the home runs he's hit, particularly look up the one that he hit in Game 6 of the World Series back in 2021 with the Braves. That ball is probably floating out in orbit somewhere with the ball that Albert Pujols hit off of Brad Lidge in 05. I mean, he hit that, or I think it might have been 04, but he hit that ball over the train tracks in Houston, and it left the stadium. I mean, that thing is somewhere floating in the atmosphere. So he's got some huge power. It would be entertaining at least to see a guy like him just hitting tanks. So tell me your guys' thoughts, whether you think he would fit, what you think if they do get him, what you guys think they should do. As always, if you do enjoy the material, like, subscribe, comment. I just can't be thankful enough. You guys are growing this channel so much. Did not expect it to be moving this fast, but I'm having so much fun doing it. Look forward to being able to put these videos out regularly during the regular season. I have some kind of ideas for things I'll do during the regular season to have like regular weekly shows Probably going to do like a minor league update on Mondays. Tell me what you guys think about that. If you guys like that idea, or anything else you guys might want me to do. But comment on any other videos you want me to put out, anything else you guys want me to talk about. But until next time.